Hello and welcome back to my next smartwatch review. Today we have the Laxasfit GT7 Ultra smartwatch. Now this just came in the mail yesterday. The box got a little bit smashed up in transit. So we'll open this up and see how the watch itself fared. And if you've never seen one of my videos before, smartwatch videos, then you don't know what I'm going to do is show you what comes out of the box in this segment. And then I'm going to go away and wear this for multiple days, get a good feel for the watch, and then come back with my full, fair, and honest review. We have a user manual here. It's kind of small. I can't quite tell what QR code that is for the app, but it does have a user manual. In the box, we have a magnetic inductive charging base. We have the watch itself, and we have a wristband. Now, this looks like a pretty decent, solid wristband, and this is going to be one that has two prongs that go through the band, and I like these because they just tend to be more secure. Let me zoom in on the watch itself, the body of the watch. Yeah, it's a pretty good knockoff of that, Samsung watch. It's got that look. Let me peel off the protective cover here. Let's see, there's a protective cover over the sensors here. Let's peel that off. You always want to peel off those protective covers to make sure all the sensors come in contact with your skin. And it seems to have a polymer back to it. And let's press and hold the power button to see if it comes on, if it's got any battery life out of the box. And I might be pressing the wrong button. Let me press the middle one next to see if that's the one that does it, even though the top right one has the red paint on it indicating that should be the power button. Let me press it again and see if anything happens. No, nothing's coming to life here. Let me press the bottom right one. So nothing there either. So this doesn't have any battery life out of the box. So let me go put it on the charger, wear it for several days, and then come back with my full, fair, and honest thoughts. But my first impressions are, it's a good looking watch. It's got like a silver bezel around it with orange accents and that orange button here on the side. I like the looks of it. I can see the speakers already, so this will have Bluetooth calling, and somewhere it'll have another opening for the microphone. I don't see that. It's not obvious to me right now, but let me go put this band on. The band will slide in along the sides thusly. All right, so there's one, and then spin it around, and I'll slide in the other one here, and that's how the band attaches. It's a decent looking watch, so I'm really looking forward to putting it through its paces and then coming back with my full and honest review. Alright, so here we are several days later, and I'll say a few things about this right out of the gate. First of all, the screen here is recessed inward from the bezel, and I don't know if you can see that depth or not, but that's actually more annoying than you might think. You're used to a smartwatch where the face of it is flat. Here you've got the bezel around it, and then the touch surface is within that, and you hit the edges and it kind of interferes with the function. All right, so all right, you press this orange button, the one in the middle here. There's one in the upper right, one in the lower right. That will make the face come to life, as will any of the buttons really. I have this one set up, and you can define these buttons to do different things. Let's talk about the display. This claims to be a 360 by 360 pixel HD display. I would say this is one of the lower quality displays I've ever seen. It's a 1.53 inch circular display, but it's definitely kind of grainy, and you can see the edges of the letters here and numbers. So not the highest def screen you'll ever see, but you wouldn't expect that in a budget smartwatch either. The functions here, if you press that center button again, that gets you to the menu system, and there's a shortcut to basically everything here. There's blood oxygen saturation, there's heart rate, there's blood pressure as well. Press that upper right one, that gets you into sports modes. It's got plenty of different sports modes in here, but this is not a GPS watch, so it's only going to track your time engaged in the sport or activity and your estimated calorie burn and time engaged, estimated kilocalorie burn, and estimated distance walked or traveled. That's it. The look at your pedometer here. This says I have 18,000 steps today. That is absolute nonsense. And you might notice I wear a smart ring on many of these reviews, and I'll drop a link to this one. But this is a good way to benchmark all the smartwatches I wear on the same hand as this smart ring. So I have one common comparison of all these smartwatches to one device. This watch will give me 400 steps before I even roll out of bed in the morning. So this is like by an order of magnitude, overestimating the number of steps I've taken per day. Like 18,000 steps, that would be like a, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 mile hike. I assure you, I did not do that many steps today by any stretch. It will give you your weather. It'll pull that in from your phone when tethered via Bluetooth, heart rate, and then let's swipe from left to right. This gets you into a shortcut mode to get you into sort of your various measurements here. Here, it'll pull in the weather from your phone when tethered via Bluetooth. Gives you your current temperature, your high and your low, and it will give you the next 6 days. So it's like a 7-day forecast, again, coming from your phone. So that actually is okay. SpO2 or blood oxygen saturation, your sports modes here, your activity breakdown for the day, again, number of steps, distance estimated, walking there. This says it's estimating 7 miles of walking. I assure you, I did not do that today. So it's way off. And then calorie consumption. And then heart rate and beats per minute. So very basic functionality here, and it's a menu system unlike most other smartwatches. Yeah, all I can say is, here's your sleep from the night before. This is actually fairly accurate in my estimation, but it's a very basic watch. Some might go so far as to say it's pretty cheap. They claim it has an AMOLED display. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It does have Bluetooth calling when tethered via your phone. I've tested that. It works. It does have speakers and a microphone built in. So that actually does work. It's got a 200 milliamp hour battery. So this is only going to last a few days. Even if you use Bluetooth connectivity minimally. If you swipe from right to left, it just gets you into, heart rate, beats per minute. Here is your blood pressure, and you click on the bottom and it starts to take that measurement. It's not a medical device. It's nowhere near accurate. SpO2, and then your exercise and health settings here. Very, very basic functionality. Let's go look at the app, then I'll come back with my final thoughts. The app here is called Laxasfit, and that's Laxasfit, and the watch is actually called the Laxasfit GT7 Ultra. I bought it on AliExpress. It actually also flew under the name Lenovo. The app is Laxasfit, all right, so there's all that. The app is pretty terrible. You get into the main screen here, and it gives you your step count for the day, your estimated miles walked, your estimated kilocalorie burn. You can drill down into that, into your activities, and go back. Your sleep from the night before. It does give you total sleep duration, REM, deep sleep, light sleep, and you can scroll back through prior days. But it is just kind of a very, very basic app. Here's your blood pressure. Again, not a medical device. Don't trust it. Blood oxygen saturation, or SpO2. You get into your data here, and it will give you your steps for the week and the month and the year if you so wish. And there's your heart rate zones and blood pressure zones, your sports modes. This is where you would go into those. Not a GPS watch, so if you wanted to map this, it's only doing it from your phone, and you can do that from location services. You don't actually need a watch from that, But what the watch will bring to the table is when you map this, it'll overlay the heart rate data from your watch. Sports modes, yeah, that's where we are. And if you go into My here on the bottom right, it's really wonky because you go into your watch and it doesn't even identify the watch as a particular model number. You can get into device settings, message reminders, alarm, drink water reminder, sedentary reminder. It will trigger your phone to take a picture when you shake your wrist, and you're tethered via Bluetooth, sleep monitoring, heart rate measurement, 24-hour clock. I have it set on 12, vibration modes, language settings, wear method. I've been wearing it on the right hand. And, you know, system authority, you can change your units from metric to imperial, centigrade to Fahrenheit. Here's where you would allow permissions, and that's about it for the app. Basic. I don't like it. It's just a little clunky, little bare bones, and, you know, nothing to brag about. So my bottom line on this Laxasfit GT7 Ultra, save your money. I bought it on AliExpress. It's currently selling there for $17.35. Typically in the budget range of smartwatches I review, I like to find some redeeming qualities and say, you know, under a certain set of conditions and expectations, I may or may not recommend one. For this one, I would say under no circumstances purchase this smartwatch. For 17 bucks, say 20 bucks, if you want something that looks like that familiar Samsung watch, spend an extra 10 or 20 bucks and you can get a really, really good knockoff. This is not it. Save your money. Keep shopping. Don't waste your money on this one. It is too huge. Thumbs down on this one. So this channel is primarily about my kayaking adventures. I monetize my YouTube channel by doing smartwatch and fitness reviews, and that's probably how you ended up here today. Feel free to check me out at davethekayaker.com to learn more about my kayaking adventures. Otherwise, check out my YouTube channel. I've got a smartwatch and fitness tracker playlist there. I've got over 200 smartwatch reviews. So I've seen so many of these. I like to think I know what I'm talking about. Check that out, and, you know, otherwise, be healthy, stay fit. I've got a couple more smartwatch reviews coming up. And then after that, I don't know. These things seem to be running out of new features. And, you know, the reason I got into reviewing this tech is because they were coming out with something new pretty much every 6 months. But that seems to have, like, come to a screeching halt in the last 18 months. So unless I see something, you know, significantly new and different, I'm going to take a break for a while. But yeah, subscribe, leave a comment. The only reason I can do these is the small amount of YouTube ad revenue I earn here. I invest right back into the channel to buy more smartwatches so I can review them and remain completely independent. That's exactly what this one is. So thank you so much for your time and attention. I appreciate you so much. And stay tuned. Got a couple more reviews coming.